Hello everyone, I'm Vinita Agrawal from India, and today I'm going to read my poem. It's titled Dear Mother, which is in the anthology To Let the Light In. Dear Mother, it was difficult for both of us, you more than me, because you bore the disease and its burdens, a paltry health insurance, a battling bank balance, the pain, father's loneliness. There were days that demanded 48 hours from the 24, days that began with Marie biscuits and tea and ended with soup and sandwiches, but made a detour to every nutrient listed in the nutritionist's diary. From noonie to gooseberries, turmeric to ginger, spirulina, the ingredients nudged our kitchen from all angles. With the last whistle from the pressure cooker, stars emerged in the sky. One more day was done, the battle not yet won. And then the worry over medicines. So many. Twice I sold my gold without telling Dad. Some pills didn't suit you, so I rushed across hospitals for changes, facing the arrogance of these places, helplessness, the own weariness. I wanted to keep you cheerful, so I got you the DVDs of your favorite Pakistani serial, where we both crushed on the doctor when we'd watched it many moons ago, when your laughter used to reach your eyes. Towards the end, you said you couldn't support your neck when you sat. I kept consoling, always building hope. And then the slow, unstoppable outward sea of blood. Your light yellow sari, drenched, wet the way every second of July has been since then, rain drenched. The rain has always tasted of tears since then. Well, yeah, I mean, I've been writing since I was a very young girl. And my mother used to tell me that I used to write, scribble something. It wasn't poetry, honestly, but something close to poetry at the age of 5. And then I went through this whole, adolescent period of ranting and angst. You went through your poetry. But those were all closeted diaries. And then one fine day I burnt them all. But my formal first publication was in a women's magazine called Ferlynna, which was edited by, the poetry page was edited by Kamala Das. And it gave me great satisfaction that she had chosen one of my poems. Well, this is a very personal account of what I actually went through with my mother when she was diagnosed with cancer. Her prognosis was not good at all, and it was inevitable that the end would be fatal. Cancer would take over, and she would not be able to get cured. So, the palliative care that we gave her as a family, especially I'm the only daughter, I'm the only child that she had. So, the kind of palliative care that I gave her is kind of etched in my mind forever. Because it was about quality time. The quantity of time that was left with her was not important. But the quality that we spent, the quality of the moments that we spent together was extremely poignant. And I did everything to take her back to the days when she felt, when we'd seen happier days, things we did together, and I tried to repeat all that. But of course, it only had a very marginal effect because she was in great discomfort due to various chemos and everything. But all said and done, it's a very memorable sort of a period of my life, which I will never forget. It's just come out as it was in the poem, like from the beginning to the end. This is exactly as I've written it. also I find it very healing. I find that poetry has a great healing power. It's very cathartic, and people who are in pain, they need poetry. You know, just as you need poetry when you're happy to express your happy emotions, you also need poetry when you're very, very sad. And I feel that poetry is one very strong art which can actually reach out to your soul and your spirit and speak to you in many ways beyond all the other arts put together. It's even much more than medicines can do. Palliative care at this juncture in a person's life when they're suffering from a fatal disease is extremely important, and it has to be given very sensitively. And you know, the role of the caregiver is a very, very, very well, it's a very sensitive kind of a role. You must not make the person who's receiving the care feel burdened in any way. And yet you must do everything in your power to make them as comfortable and make them, give them a soothing experience, you know, despite all the pain and the medicines that they're taking and they're struggling with the disease. So palliative care is honestly, it's such an important thing. It's much more than medicines. It's much more than just nursing. It's, you address the patient at the emotional level, at the physical level, and at the level of the spirit, you know, the spiritual level also. So it's a very delicate thing, and it's the most beautiful bond that a patient and a caregiver can have, because you're honestly connecting to them when they need you the most.